the most evil parents, on paternity court.
To my house to chill, but I was not having sex with anyone else.
She was sleeping with him and his cousin at the same time.
That's why we're here today, because at some point you find out you're pregnant.
In this paternity court episode, Mr. Lang brought his wife to the dock for the alleged infidelity done with his best friend from the sandbox. But the mommy refuses to play along with such nasty accusations. It looks like both parties are at polar ends. Good cause it calls for drama. Here is how the session went.
Miss Brown slept with my son's best friend from the sandbox best friend.
Oh, really? Is that true?
No,
Ms.
that's
Brown?
not true, Your Honor. I've never slept with Mr. Dixon. Mr. Dixon and Mr. Lang have been not friends for a while. They've been going at it, trying to fight each other, trying to find each other.
Okay, so you're saying her assertion isn't true?
But the twist is that she wasn't the only one to blame. It could have been that another potential father was using baby mama to pull up revenge on Mr. Lang, because they were best friends. And wait for it, newsflash, Mr. Lang had cheated with 50 to 100 girls, so now you know that daddy isn't innocent either.
Mr. Lang, when you found out she was pregnant, you were happy about it?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you have any doubts at that time?
Not at that time, no, I didn't.
And what made you start to have doubts?
When Mr. Dixon got in the picture, and he had told me to stop messing with her because the baby she's pregnant with could possibly be hid.
Well, Mr. Dixon sure knows when to make a phone call. Adding more to this mix, the grandma also jumped with her cho-cho of, "It's not your baby," although Miss Brown claimed to be sleeping with only Mr. Lang. Her man was not ready to trust baby mama's words.
And I am very sure that this is his baby, and we spoke about it. I haven't slept together with no one else. And exactly that time is around the exact time I got pregnant.
You say that's your
That was
window of
in-
conception?
Yes, that was in middle August, into August.
And so now the baby's born.
After this, the defendant pointed out the real reason behind the denial. Well, it was the meddling mother of the potential biological father and her unwanted interference in the relationship. The baby mama even had proof of it. Was that even necessary?
Every time me and him would have an argument about him cheating, his mother would get into it, either try to argue with me or try to lie for her son, which she can, I don't doubt, but don't be in my face telling me a lie. Just go away with your son.
Are you on Facebook with the kids arguing?
No.
Yes.
Anyways, to end this drama without getting sidetracked from the main theme, it was clear that a child was stuck in the midst of grown-up drama, which was unfair. But hey, this is where the paternity court steps in. Let's see what the envelope holds.
When it comes to 1-year-old baby Janelle, Mr. Lang, you are not the father.
Are you serious? I swear that's a lie.
The DNA doesn't lie.
Oh boy, I bet you didn't see that coming. Well, that walk from the dock to the waiting room has been the longest road in this woman's life. However, we also felt bad for the guy who so far was busy playing daddy.
You're gonna have to come back with another name.
I can't. No.
Can I have you guys come back in so we can finish it? We just want to finish it. Come on back in.
Mr. Hodges was stuck with the same question, if he was or was not the father of the defendant's 1-month-old daughter. And if you are thinking, why was there doubt in the first place? It turns out that Mr. Plaintiff had caught his girlfriend cheating, broken over such a revelation. He chose to begin like this.
Whenever we first got together, she said that she would never hurt me or cheat on me. She would be truthful.
Miss Willard, you kept lying and you kept cheating?
No, I did not.
I want to understand the nature of this relationship. Where did you meet?
I met him through a family member of his.
And then she cried on your shoulder. And then you and she got together.
Yes, Your Honor.
That is a major no right from the start, because the baby daddy testified that his woman was fast, as right into days of meeting up if they got all cozy up. And we know, man, they might run after with these flags, but they don't parade around with them. No, we are not aggregating. And the defendant had been cooking this at her place.
Because I knew that she had been cheating on him. He had caught her with another guy that she said was a friend, but yet he was hidden in her house when my son got there.
Hiding in the house where?
In her mother's bedroom.
The other guy in your bedroom when Mr. Hodges came?
They had broke up.
So why you have to hide anybody?
Because she didn't want him to know. She didn't want to hurt him. She didn't want to start no trouble because Hardy's got a temper.
Well, we was engaged.
It was my understanding they had broke up.
So were you engaged or were you broken up?
We was engaged.
Her mother also has her hands in the dirt. At this moment, the court appeared to be persuaded that Mr. Hodges was correct. But wait, even though the alleged knew that Miss Willard was loose as a goose, Mr. Hodges got engaged to the defendant.
And Your Honor, she was already married when they got engaged that my son didn't know about.
So you were engaged to Mr. Hodges, but you were married to another guy at the time?
Yes, Your Honor.
How did you find him?
It's the guy that was with her when Lillian was born at the hospital.
An endless flow of tricky moves. What's going on? However, the young baby daddy's mother jumped in for the rescue and told her that the defendant double-timed her son. The potential bubby even had brought text evidence to prove her testimony, but the other grandma wasn't ready to back down either. Watch how she gets down.
She told me she was pregnant.
You're speaking about when your daughter was pregnant with Lillian.
Yes, that's when she
Is
left.
Lillian your only child?
No, Your Honor. She hid that from us too, at first.
Back it up. Back it up.
Suppose there wasn't enough lying already. The defendant has also hidden a baby at this point that she had before meeting Mr. Hodges. Despite all this, the climax arrives when the defendant also conceals the birth of a 1-month-old daughter from Mr. Hodges. What a train wreck.
I was with the other guy, and I had been living with him for a while, and I thought I was going to keep living with him, but we broke up.
And this is the other man that was at the hospital when Lillian was born.
Yes, Your Honor.
Regardless of every hard reality, Mr. Hodges is faced by the defendant when asked how he feels after also developing a bond with the beautiful baby. He sounded shattered, with enough proof on the table. There is no stopping this DNA conclusion.
It has been determined by this court. Mr. Hodges, you are the father.
Infertility and infidelity both had convinced Mr. Ball that he was not the father of Miss Cox's 3-year-old daughter. With multiple men on the paternity list, the plaintiff refuses to play along with the mind games of his ex-girlfriend. Sounds messy, right?
All right, now Mr. Ball,
Yes.
how did you first hear that Miss Cox was sleeping with multiple men?
Well, during the time of my incarceration, Your Honor, I'm asking him, hey, what's going on, man? I'm hearing things. I'm hearing that, you've been talking to my girl or
That's
whatever.
not true.
And she's sitting in the car, the same car.
Okay, so the girlfriend's best friend's claims caused a stir in the allegations. This was refuted by the defendant, who disclosed that Mr. Ball was certain about her loyalties before meeting the other man at the grocery store.
While he was away, were you in a relationship with another man?
We was in a physical relationship.
It was a sexual relationship.
And he knew about this.
Did you tell Mr. Ball?
No.
Yes, I did. I wrote
No.
him a letter and I told him everything that was
No.
going on.
So why did he have to hear it from your best friend?
She beat me to the punch because
Beat you to the punch?
my best friend at the time is his other child's mother.
Oh.
Whoa, what just happened? He was tipped by the mother of his child, who happens to be the best friend we all have heard about. Okay, now I'm also thinking that the dad got played, but the plaintiff, because there was some obscene evidence in the situation.
Her, and not only just that guy, another guy.
No,
and
all the same
another guy.
guy.
And I
It was all
asked
the
her
same
about
guy.
it.
So let me ask you this. What was in the pictures?
Her, arms around guys, kissing around guys.
No, it
and
wasn't
I'm
no
asking
pictures
her.
like that. Pictures were not even uploaded to the computer by me. They were uploaded by his child, the mother of his other child.
Your best friend.
Right. She was sleeping with him and his cousin at the same time.
It is now clear that Mr. Ball was cheating with the defendant's best friend, something we all suspected. It turns out that the suspect was a deadbeat who was cheating on the baby mama right under her roof and was now trying to play the victim under the situation.
Because he was too lazy to get up off of his butt to go and get a job.
So when I
because
first came home, I wasn't looking for a job. When I was with her, when we were looking for a job, she was sitting right outside the place texting a dude.
One place.
Sitting
one
down there
time he
texting
filled
him.
out an application.
And
We do know you were intimate after he got home. That's why we're here today, because at some point you find out you're pregnant.
Right.
Yeah, he slept with me unprotected the day that he came home, and during intercourse told me he wanted me to get pregnant.
Well, ain't that overwhelming? Up next, when the judge asked Mr. Ball to participate in the birth of the daughter, the defendant responded yes. According to Miss Cox, he refused to sign the birth certificate and even denied a DNA test. It looks like Mr. Lazy Bones was genuinely avoiding the responsibility.
When your daughter, Gabby, was born, was Mr. Ball there?
Yes,
Did
ma'am, he
participate?
was. And he drove me to the hospital. He was there the whole 3 days I was in the hospital. He drove me home from the hospital, and we stayed with him. And when it came down to signing the birth certificate, he wouldn't.
There.
I offered him a DNA test in the hospital.
wanna
He
make
didn't
it
want
hard
it.
for this woman,
He
but
didn't
yet
want it.
I'm
I've
there.
offered him DNA. I've
I'm
made
there.
appointments for DNA tests and have been on my way to pick this man
But
up.
Another fact was revealed that while Mr. Balls was engaged to another woman, he was still fooling with the mommy at the podium. Wow, that's a good way to not have a baby with someone you don't trust. Oh, and the fiancé part. Good luck explaining this to her man.
It's never about my child. It's always about me because we were just sleeping together a week ago.
A week ago?
A week ago.
No.
Might have been like 9 days ago.
No.
A week and a half ago.
It was not 9 days ago, Your Honor, but
Yes, it
yes,
was,
we
Your
were
Honor.
intimate. We were intimate.
Just a few weeks ago, about a month and a half ago, I helped him with money for child support for his other daughter, asking me for the money and telling me that he would pay me back.
That is a harsh disgrace on Mr. Ball. It appears as though he was staying away from liability and was taking advantage of Miss Cox, no matter how much you tried to manipulate your way out. Truth always finds its way.
It has been determined that Mr. Ball are her father.
Miss Whitman was in front of Judge Lake with her no-shame attitude, claiming that there was no way that the defendant could be the father of her 1-month-old daughter. With both men warped around this mommy's fingers, the trial proceeded like this.
Me and Mr. Mitchell met at a bus station when I was coming from Chicago to Arkansas. We kind of like kicked it off quick and became girlfriend and boyfriend. And 2 months into relationship, I met Mr. Anderson. And we were pretty much like friends. And because I thought Mr. Mitchell was cheating.
So then you started giving Mr. Anderson a little bit more attention.
Yes, Your Honor, that's right.
Continue.
Well, that is just bizarre. Cheating on someone you love based on speculations? It was clear that Miss Whitman needed to reconsider her life choice, because she was now stuck in one of the messiest paternity confusion.
Look, this is a small town. It's a small town. Everybody knows everybody. Everybody knows who drives what. This particular person I know stayed with her a week.
And you know who this guy is?
I know him. He's one of my cousins.
Oh, so one of your cousins stayed up there with her for a week?
Yes.
Did your cousin tell you that he slept with her?
Yeah, we done gave each other daps and everything.
Well, the woman had the same jingle playing, bluntly refusing everything. So let's skip to the pregnancy test part. Turns out that although she sent pictures of her pregnancy test to both Mr. Mapson and Mr. Anderson, just in 2 weeks, she changed her mind.
Did you have any idea that she was sleeping with other people?
I kind of had suspicions because of our relationship. It was a long-distance relationship.
Did you show up to the hospital and participate in the birth with her?
At first, my intentions was to show up at the hospital, to involve myself in that situation, then find out that it's not mine.
So you didn't go to any doctor's appointments with her?
Nope. Sometimes I call and promise her that I would come, but...
With both fathers in denial, someone had to take responsibility for the child. Anyway, Mr. Anderson was not ready to play along at all, as the existence of the child was running his current relationship. Still, no one was ready to pay for the test.
I couldn't get a hold of Mr. Anderson because he blocked all communications, Facebook, telephone.
The reason I blocked her off because of the stuff she was doing on Facebook. She was, just out there just saying, this is my baby daddy, knowing she been with other
I've
people.
never put on Facebook that you're my baby daddy.
So since you had such real doubts, did you pursue a DNA test at all? Did you say, I want to have a paternity test?
Yes, I did.
What happened?
And we argued about that.
What's the argument? She admitted she didn't know.
He wanted me to pay half of DNA test, but Mr. Mapson also wanted me to pay half. I wasn't finna pay half for both people.
Wait a minute. She done gone half on the baby and won't go half on the DNA test.
That is toxic. Compromise on her daughter's right to know who the father is. Which mother does that? Upon the judge asking Miss Whitman if there is any chance that someone else might be the father, she further escalates the doubts like this.
Besides these two, could be the father of your child.
That's right, Your Honor.
There's one.
No, it's not.
You agree with Mr. Anderson, Mr. Mapson? You believe there's a third?
All I know was about Mr. Anderson.
I was texting people. People might have come over to my house to chill, but I was not having sex with anyone else. No guy stayed there a week. I don't know what guy he's talking about. It's no one
Do you
else.
see that same smirk, Mr. Mapson?
Look at you.
Every time we mention this car in this week.
You heard her. There was another person who stayed over for a week. See, we told you no shame for her game. This made the judge more suspicious, and she finally had to pull the trigger by calling in for the result, which went like this.
It has been determined by this court, Mr. Anderson, you are not her father.
Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. I knew it.
We have another result. It has been determined by this court, Mr. Mapson, you are her father.